I think Declan Rice obviously is just. I mean, I saw him last year when he was playing for West Ham when I watched Brentford West Ham last year, and he didn't start because of the Europa League final. But when he came on, it's like the presence he has in the middle. It's like the amount of time he manages to produce in the game is ridiculous. I just think that's just steps us up to another level really this year.
How impressed have you been with him, Adam?
Immensely. Every kind of West Ham fan any West Ham fans who have got Arsenal supporting friends will know that, like, any chance you get and football comes up in conversation, it's just like, I knew Declan Rice was good. I didn't realise he would be this good in this team, and this good in so many different ways. Like, realistically, at the moment, he's been our best number 6 this season, and he's also been the best player in the left 8 position as well. He can just do so much, and you can almost see it in the way that the balance of the way the team is playing has shifted more to wherever he is gravitating, which is sometimes kind of pulling focus away a little bit from the right hand side. But he's just immense, and I think what I've enjoyed most, and I think I might have mentioned it when you had me on before the Bournemouth game, is just how much he seems to get the spirit of the club and how much he has bought into being one of kind of the key leaders on that pitch, especially with Ødegaard's absence. I think he's really, really stepped up, and he's so rarely below a kind of 8 out of 10. My only concern is almost how good he has been. What happens if he gets injured, and are we overplaying him? But then again, he's done it for 2 seasons in a row for West Ham in terms of playing European football.
You don't miss much, mate.
Exactly. So I think, 100 million looks a bargain completely, especially when you compare it to kind of the other players in the league who have gone for that.
Have you got a preference where he plays, or is it definitive for you based on who else is available and the opponent? Or
it's probably a bit of both. I think it's partly who's available, and then the opponent. I think if we're at home in games against teams probably outside like the top 6, top 8, I would prefer to see him as the 6 and then have someone like, depending on fitness and suspension, someone like a Smith Rowe, a Havertz, Vieira in that left 8 role. But then again, I think in those tougher games, even in some tougher away games, and I would count Brentford away as probably being one of those, where I think having him in that left 8 just does give a little bit more security. I think a little bit more. It makes me feel a little bit more comfortable that we're going to have more control over the game state, I think.
Do you prefer him to play higher up against Brentford?
Yeah, I think so. Although, to be honest, and I don't think this will happen, but assuming Ben White comes back to fitness, which I think he will, I would like to see at some point us try out Zinchenko in that left-sided 8 role, because he does it so well, or he plays further up so well for Ukraine. And he's obviously capable technically, and he's come on as a sub for us on the wing at times. So it's clear Arteta knows he is good in kind of more open spaces or congested areas in midfield. So I would like to see him there, to be honest, but I don't really think that'll happen.
What's White's relevance to that?
Well, White playing right back means Tomiyasu can go left back. Whereas if White is out...
Is that Tomiyasu stepping into midfield, though? In the kind of Zinchenko role, if you will. It
could be, but I suppose if you've got 2 players who are more comfortable on the left-hand side of that kind of central midfield zone in Rice and Zinchenko, you probably don't need Tomiyasu to do that as much. You can have him almost as a more orthodox left back, potentially.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the chances of that, the fact that we haven't seen it like at all, really, not even really in pre-season from memory, is I just don't think it will happen anytime soon.